Yeah. What's going on, folks? What we got here is a 72 CT70. And I already previously did a video ahead of this one. Anyway, problem with the engine noise. So what I want to do is I probably want to take and do a video teardown on this and see what, see what's going on inside of it. Just clean it out. Not going to really change much of anything. I'm just going to tear it apart, clean it. New gaskets. I'm going to have to wire wheel the case to clean it up. Stuff like that. So if you're watching the previous video ahead of this, it's sitting over downloading right now on the YouTube, so you'll see. If you've already watched it, you already know what's going on with this motor. So I'm going to tear it down. It runs and drives, run real good, except for that tapping noise inside. So we done got that discussed, talked about previous videos. So I'm going to tear it down, and I'll probably do the paint, all that, just like I would do any other bike that I restore. So anyway, anywho, we'll see y'all in a minute. I'll be over there. I'm going to move the motor and get it over there where I can tear it down a little bit higher up for me to deal with. So, and before that, I want to talk about this. This is a motorcycle lift. I found it off of Amazon. It was relatively cheap, maybe $70 range or something like that. It takes a 7/8 socket. You can use a battery powered or a air impact. I used it to lower the motor down out of here, and I had to put it back in there so I could break something else loose while it was, secured. So it's really worth the money as far as I'm concerned. It's heavy. It weighs about 30 pounds. Of course, it's made in China, so whatever. Anyway, we'll bring you back here in just a minute. Alright, here we are. Back again over here. So I've got to take a few things off. We'll go ahead and get the cam chain out. I need to grab me a bucket. Put some stuff in. I should have grabbed that just before I started recording. Anyway, seeing how I work for a place that makes plastic containers. Well, that'll work. I'll just use this. Everything will be clean and it goes in. So you gotta get that off. Grab my stuff over here, and alright, here we are. Anyway, take this off. You can kind of hold the sprocket from chewing your fingers up. Get all that off. Little impact guns do pretty good. Pull that off. Anyway, I'm going to take whatever else I can get off. O-rings, I don't remember what size them are, so I'm going to take that out. Chain tensioner. I already had the screwdriver. Ew. two springs in there, two different, one of them's longer, less beefy. This one's a little heavier duty, shorter, and the plug, there it goes. Anyway, I'll pull that dude out. I'll pull this dude out so I can make sure I can clean around it. There's an O-ring on the shaft, I think. Okay, yep. There's a little O-ring in there. It's probably a 009, something like that. It could be a metric. Doesn't necessarily come in a kit all the time. So I'm going to step over and get my impact screwdriver, wherever I did leave it. Anyway, here we go. Hit my. Let me set this thing up a little better. You got to have one of these. Wrong one. That's a Harbor Freight one. Not too happy with it. Alright, got that one. Got that one. Got that one. That one. Man, barely got that one. Gee. Here we go. You want to try to push down and turn at the same time that you're hitting the darn thing, so it'll help it out. Got it. Alright, here we go. And you want to do the neutral indicator also. Just so you can pull that out without damaging it. Like all the gears and stuff inside, there's a little piece of copper or something that touches out on the whatever it is in there, makes a connection. I'll have it out in just a second. Let's see here. Let's get it out. And all it is the end of that right there makes contact with a little copper plate in there. You got an O-ring on it, so if it's leaking oil, that might be a 0010 dash size wise, because O-rings have a dash size, or for at least US standard size. So got that out of the way. I need to pull this out for the shift drum. That is a bolt that will have to be removed here in a little bit, but I'm going to leave all these other bolts tight. I'll leave all that in there. I'm going to flip it over. Let's see here. I've got to take the kickstand out because I don't need it on there. So anyhow, let's get that off. I particularly don't like these replacement Kickstarters that are being offered because they suck. The bolts are too fat going through there, and they don't clear the notch in the Kickstarter shaft. So hopefully somebody at CHP over there will do something about that. I'm not happy with it. I'm not trying to run anybody's business down. Listen to your customer base. I'm sure I'm not the only one. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get this case off, and I'll bring you back. Alright, y'all, the case is loose. I'm going to just zip the bolts out, and we'll pull the cover out. I will not reuse these on this motor, so seeing how I'm going to redo this motor like it's brand new, I can get a bolt set for hell $12–15. It's not worth my time trying to clean them up and put them on a new looking rebuilt motor. So I'll save them bolts for like other projects, riders, and like that. So let's we got it cracked open, so let's just get it open. I've got new gasket sets in there. I don't know how many I got. There's a little bit of neglect going on in this motor. I don't see anything that's abnormal, so I'll do that. Set that aside. You'd probably say, well, you need to separate your engine parts, you know, into different categories. Well, if you've ever done these, well, if you're a first timer, you may have troubles, but that's your shift arm. It goes up into this bow tie thingy. I don't know what you call it, but it just goes over and it presses down in the clutch and disengage. So I don't know. It's not all that hard. It slips right off. You got to time it just right. Some don't have this much of a engagement spot right there. Some don't have that as defined, but this one did for whatever. Now, I have seen these right here drive you friggin' bonkers. So, sorry about that, folks. My son, I had to talk to him for a second. So, anyway, he's inspiring or aspiring or whatever the hell you call it, YouTuber. So I've been doing the YouTube stuff for years. So it's nothing new to me. It's just, I'm just hoping that I can maybe step up, start doing a little more videos and get a better camera. What I'm doing right now, I got you, what is that, Polaroid, whatever the hell it is. Let me see. I can't tell. But anyway, it's a Polaroid. Not too familiar. I don't think the image quality is that damn good. So if it's not, let me know in the comments and whatever it is. When you get these loose, might be a bit of a struggle. I hate these damn things. Imagine that. Little SOB coming out of there decent line, just stuck. Oh gosh. I hate them. Yeah. Don't worry, y'all. I got a few extra in there. Anyway, it helps to have a hand on them. So, there you go. Maybe I ought to do it that way before I undo them. Where it holds them. I do want to say hello to Mike Warner, Mini Bike Mike's Hondas and Garage, or whatever his channel. He renamed his channel to a Garage, so highly understandable. I know recently he started doing a 50, I think a 56 GMC truck, which is pretty awesome. Not wanting to be a show truck, but more or less just a shop truck. You know, maybe he can drive down the road and spit tobacco juice out the side, you know, and get it all down the side of his truck, not care. I don't know. It's his truck. So, making a lot of headway with it. So, I always enjoy the videos from Mini Bike Mike Warner. So, golly bum. Now this is the thing that sucks. This is part of an oil filtration type of deal. This is not gasket that's coming off. This is just oil crap, and it catches the sediments and stuff from the oil, and it gets in the clutch. That's where it traps it. I don't know. I've heard it explained before, other people, all that information, but man, that stuff was dry. So anyway, not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna go in there to get clean. We'll do a cleaning, maybe whatever it is. We'll go through and do a cleaning slot on that. But man, there's just, I'm not gonna worry about it too much right now, because I don't want a bunch of this trash getting down here. Because my next step is to remove the clutch nut. So I've got to. There's a little tab down in there. Maybe I can find my screwdriver real quick. It's the one I'm looking for. I guess I could use that one. But I need to tilt y'all up. Anyway, down in there is that nut. It's a spanner nut, and it's got right here. See that? It's got a locking tab that gets pushed into place. So, anywho, let me try to take a second, set y'all up in the kickstand here. Let me see what's going on. I'll try to. I don't like the quality of the camera that we're shooting this video on, so. I don't know. I'll have to invest in maybe a GoPro or something that's a little bit better. You want to take and bend that tab. I've been it quite a bit of ways out, so whatever the deal. Let me see if I can zoom in. Alright, we'll do it right there. I gotta find something real quick, which ain't gonna take me long. I got it. I just gotta check on something. Anyway, I guess it's this thing. It's a spanner socket. I've had this. I actually found this in a scrapyard. Saw it in another special type deal, and I picked it up. Got it for really nothing. And I even got a brand new one of these, but I've got this one set up. So, I mean, it just fits right down in there. You may have to tap it to clear some of those tabs, but I'll bring you right back after I get the airline hooked up. Alright folks, we're back. I had to turn the compressor on. That thing makes a god awful noise, so there's no need for y'all sitting there listening to that headache. So it's pumped up. Got my impact going. So here we go. We're gonna bust this off. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, Negan. Let's see here. This thing will come right up. Anyway, let's see what happened over here. Okay. Anyway. Well, look at that. My snap ring decided it just wasn't going to stay in there for whatever reason. And I had a spring fall out. Didn't see anything else fall out, but I'm glad I did it over a rag. I'm going to pull this apart. And I'll bring y'all in and let y'all see what I'm doing. Okay. Snap ring just automatically just came out. So let me grab some picks. Gotta have you a good set of picks. You don't want to get them Harbor Freight ones because they're too soft and they'll bend if you have to. So I mean that I didn't have any trouble with the clutch, so I might just put a new disc in it. I think that's, you know, when the next time you're going to get back in it to do it. So I may have to put the clutch pack in a different box. That way I don't mix nothing up. Let's see here. Get them out. Got 2 and 1 out of the way, so they're not all that hard for me to understand and figure out. They just get so worn down and glazed over. That's most of your problem when you're trying to kickstart it and it feels like the kickstarter's slipping. It's because it depends on the clutch friction plates that to give you that spin over of your motor. See there, I got some light pitting on the back, and I can easily knock that out with my wire brush, so no problems there. But I'm gonna kind of quit on this one for a minute. There's my centrifugal weights that engage the clutch when you rev it up. I'm not going to get into this part right now and clean this up. I just wanted to tear it apart. It doesn't have a whole lot of buildup in these pockets, like some I've seen that I've got that I've had to clean out. So I'm going to put all this. I'll grab another tote and put it away for a second. Alright, there we go. We got that clutch assembly in Sterilite tote. Great way to store your motor parts. Separate those while you're not trying to lose nothing. So let me back y'all out. Anyway, back to the motor. Anyway, we got that. Wow, got the snap ring off this. Oh yeah. Looky there, lucky. See that screw? Somebody definitely has been in here because they rounded that head off. on that, so that may be a problem to get out, maybe not. Maybe I grab it with a pair of channel locks. They got a special pair of channel locks that grab that just fine. Anyway, get y'all set up here and watch me do this. Y'all probably laugh at me. Oh, you don't know what that guy don't know what he's doing. Whatever. Get your motor, your own motor, and do it. And I'm not doing this to, so you can go do the same thing I'm doing. I'm doing it just because I can. If you learn anything out of it, whoop-de-doo. But, I don't know if I mentioned before, I would like to get to the point where I can be monetized. I do more videos. I've got several different other style videos I've done in the past. So anyway, got that out. Don't normally recommend doing it that way. Snap ring pliers are the best way, but this particular does not have the eyelets. They are half eyelets instead of whole eyelets, however you want to call it. I may be talking Chinese to you. Those who know, that's a fact. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, learn it. Anyway, I'm going to pull the screen out of it. So let's see what it looks like. It's right there. Oh man, wow. It's not horribly plugged up, but it's got some big chunks on it. So it was definitely doing it, I hope. You got to say back in the day that some people didn't take maintenance, oil changes very seriously on these engines. And yeah, it kind of comes around to kick them in the butt. This and that. These motors are pretty bulletproof. My 73 was stuck. I did get another cylinder jug for it, so I broke the skirt on it. That's why I had to get another cylinder jug for it. But I did the head and stuff, and just like that other 72 that I picked up. A dude told me it was sitting out there 4 years, and he like, you mean to tell me they'll lock up sitting out here? Yeah, they've been sitting out there 4 years with no air box on it. So all it's doing is that moisture and stuff, and probably the intake valve's open, or it's stuck, or whatever the case is. It just ruined it. So, some people just, and the thing is, he had 5 or 6 Harleys sitting in his garage. You go figure, he leaves a little Honda outside to die. I mean, it seems like they get that Harley fever, and anything else can just die, which is pretty pitiful. And it's just heartbreaking to run across that. I saved the bike from certain death. I took about a 2.5 hour drive down to Bastrop one night to get that. So anyway, I need to bust that off the shifter drum. So here we go. That does take an impact hammer. These will. I'm going to pull everything loose out of it. That one came out. That came out. That came out. Come on. cooperate with me. They can get stuck in there. Let's do that one. Anyway. This is gonna be a booger. Nope. There's enough teeth there on that one to, excuse me, get that one out. So I'll put my Phillips tip back in. I want to put the shifting stuff in this cover right here for right now. So you got to remember that there's a shallow spot or a drilled out spot in this clover, whatever you want to call it. Looks like a clover. Anyway, star. You have a pin that sticks up high. You got 3 that are close, and one that just is kind of off to itself. So the long pin goes to out there in no man's land, and that drilled out hole goes in that. That's my advice to myself, my advice to you. The pins just pull right out. Just get them out. So don't lose them. Now you got that. Let's pull the shifting thing out of it. My 70H that I got, it had one of these that was broke. So I had somebody weld it up, TIG weld it. So, damn. That's, gee, boogers. That's, I'll deal with that in a minute. Let's pull all this off while we're gating away. So, let's put them down in there. Let's pull that off. Maybe there was oil pump failure on this one time. It's, golly, you see that? All that rust. This thing might need a new oil pump. So, I think that's what I'm going to do. I almost started making a list at CHP, but no. I got to tear the motor apart, make sure I got everything accounted for. Damn, tell me somebody glued it on. Turkey leg. Go ahead. Gee, Judas Priest or a pony. Hopefully y'all can see me. I'm getting my arm in the way. I gotta grab another flathead. I got stuff everywhere. There's not anywhere wanting to come up. Oh God. This ain't looking good there, booger. Let's see. That's supposed to, it's that small inside piece, that pump, just, there it goes. Okay. Alright, I just pushed it out. There we go. It's in there like that. You got a piece looks like that. It's looks like that. Explanation not needed. You got a D spot on that little gear. Of course, the gear might be okay, but the sidewalls they're galled up, and you can lose oil pressure through that. So Seeing how the line of work that I do, I see a lot of hydraulic pumps galled it up, squalling because the sidewalls are galled up because it cavitated on oil because of certain problems, but I'm not talking about that right now. That's out. So during the disassembly of this and cleaning and rebuilding, I will have to make sure that any kind of oil passages are clear, or all the junk and crap. Oh, let me run my screwdriver down this hole. A little bit of this. Have that for breakfast. Yep. Put that over on the red rag. So yeah, a lot of stuff's going to go in the parts washer. That's what we're working on right now. So, anywho, pretty nasty, but not the nastiest I've ever seen. So anyway, I want to drive the shifting arm out, and I probably need to sandpaper it or something. I thought I had a die grinder with a wire wheel, but I guess not. Oh. Never mind. Well, let's just try to drive it out anyway. I'm not worried about the seal, so I got a seal kit. I got a pin punch. Drive this dude out. See if y'all are in the. Y'all are, yeah, I got it. You got it. Let's do it the other way. Now, she just goes in there like such. Well, bam. All this is going to be cleaned up in the parts washer. Got diesel in it. And what happens is, this part being on the outside of the motor gets corroded and nasty. I'll take that on my wire wheel and get that dealt with. We got O-rings to pull out. All I'm going to do in this video is just tear the case apart. I'm not going to try to make it very long. It's going to take me quite a while to get it uploaded, the video. Let me pull these. These are not particularly made to, it seems like it's in pretty good condition. It may not be all that old. It's still pliable. I can squeeze it. So somewhere down the road it had a replacement. Had to have had one because this O-ring and every other one that I've had is brittle. So there it goes. Goes in the parts can. A lot of this I'm just going to have to wash in the parts washer, wire wheel it. It's going to take me some time. I'm not going to do it in this segment right now. So I'm back to the point where we can, I'm just going to go ahead and try to crack it open carefully. And there's a little bit of oil left in there. This is something I got from work. Cardboard tube. That's how it is. I didn't cut nothing off anything. It's just cardboard. It's nice and soft. I can get them if I need more. They throw them away. So it works really great as far as getting the motor to have something for the motor set on and me to work with. So I'm going to pull the shift drum holder out. Well, maybe I ought to leave it in there. Just loose, because I think I need to let the shift drum stay in there for a minute in place. That'll help everything. All these seals. There you go. Come out just easy peasy. Another one of the bags to do. Got my classic rock over there. I got Queen Another one bites the dust. That actually was a good movie, Bohemian Rhapsody. Anyway. Alright, we're fixing to. We'll split the case on this, and we may be surprised. So, you want to find a place that's good and solid to tap on. This might look good right here. It's under the motor. I just need to flip it over. Anyway, find out. You got to be careful and cautious with this because you don't want to mess your engine covers up, especially the side that's got your VIN number on it. Some people are just so anal about the number that you just can't get another engine case to match the number that you got. This one doesn't have a number on it, but this one does. So, I never quite understood why didn't Honda wait till the guy or what the bike and motor got married together before the motor number got stamped in it. I know they stamped them beforehand. Everybody, oh, my VIN number is not the same as the bike. Well, it's probably not going to be. Started crying there. You know, crying and motorcycling. Motorcycle repair. Get over it. So, what you do. Not even my CB100's that way. And this Kickstarter thingy, now, you gotta kinda, it can be a pain in the butt. Then a gasket that tries to stay to one side and doesn't want to separate, cause problems too. I've had a Kickstarter shaft apart, but I think it's that one right there. I think maybe I ought to release that. Maybe not. Act stubborn. Let's look in there. There ain't nothing that's hanging on except either Kickstarter or that. So. This will be an honor. Like them alligators. They're made doodle oblongatas. Ain't them teeth that said medulla oblongata. There, yeah. Uh-oh. Something fit the floor. I bet it's a spacer washer. Yeah. That all looks fairly decent. And I think what fell out was a washer that's attached to this. Something broke. That's man, I got a gear tooth broke. I don't know where. Okay. Yeah, I got a gear tooth broke in this one. That may be what. Well, it's not off this kickstarting gear. So it's somewhere. One of these in there. It's a fairly narrow gear. If it didn't come out of this gear set, then I don't know where it come from. I'm just gonna, it just, man, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna take a minute. I'm gonna try to find what hit the floor. I kind of know where it went. I just can't let that go right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to investigate. Do I actually have a gear tooth broke? Was this from a previous rebuild? And let's just do it this way. You see it? That's a gear tooth. As far as I can say, it's a gear tooth. I don't know where it came off of. Didn't come off the crankshaft. The only place it is could be Kickstarter, which Kickstarter teeth are there. I may have to compare. It may be the same size as the Kickstarter, which it is the same size as the Kickstarter teeth. I don't know if I got another gear that has the same size teeth that they're that wide, or that narrow, excuse me. But anyway, I'll bring y'all back in a minute. Alright guys, yeah, I found what fell on the floor. It's what I thought. It's a shim washer. More or less it goes on to that right there, and they have a tendency to stick, then they'll fall off when you're not watching. So anyway, I'm going to leave that aside. I'm going to clear this area off. I pulled the crank since last, before came back on. I've seen this a lot, that most of these cranks have surface rust on them, and that's just something that, you know, sits forever. It doesn't run, it's going to collect. It's just, you can't hardly stop it sometimes. So I'm going to wire brush all that up, clean all that up. Everything down here is going to be polished nice. Bearings seem to be in super good shape. I'll clean up and make this useful again. I won't replace anything on it. I just don't see the need to. There's not a whole lot of gunk down in this motor. This is not the worst that I've seen. The reason I want to pull the gear set out of this motor. I want to do it on camera. Now remember, there is this, okay, you got this piece right here. It's part of your oil pump. It fell out. So I need to double check it real quick. Yes, that's part of your oil pump assembly. It came out. It went right back in there. So we'll deal with that later. So let me, I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna lay me a rag or two on here. This one ought to work, this oil. Let's do it that way. Alright. Remember, we got to take our 10mm headed bolt in my socket and remove it. That's no big deal. I see them gears fell out. That happens before. This is a shifter drum bolt. Now I'm going to lay it back over. Now the only thing here is that this gear went down like that. You got these parts right here that engage in these pins. I apologize. Alright. You're saying, oh man, we can't see. Okay. This gear right here fell out. Okay. It engages with these dowel pins when all the shifting mechanisms move over. So that would go like that. Okay. It can't go any further down because there's a snap ring. But also, it has this washer that's got 3 little tabs, and they go in there like such, like that. Or maybe it was, probably was like, if it wasn't like that, then it might have been like that, quite possibly than that. Okay. I do got a book on these things. You have to pay attention to the information that's given. So, alright, we're fixing to pull this out. Let me back up the... Alright. This is where you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful as much as you can. Oh, I stepped on the throat. Oh yeah. That outdrive shaft for the sprocket. That can be a booger too. And the side case just falls over. Okay. Okay. You can just lay them out like that. Okay. You saw me do it. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to look for that chipped tooth, which I have not seen any gears with a chipped tooth yet. That one that fell out, that had to be somebody that did a quick repair. They must have ripped the transmission out and they rebuilt it some years ago, which is, I just don't see, I don't see anywhere it will come off of here at all, inside and out. I just don't, it doesn't come off there. So that goes in there. Let's slide that out. So at times this right here is going to have to be wire brushed before I can get that bearing off. It just doesn't make no sense to beat it off. If you just clean it up, it'll slide out. So just got to be careful, be watchful of stuff that come in and out. Somebody's been in this gear set, no doubt. Had to. And there's a piece of a gear right there, and that did not come off anything that I can tell. There's no way it came off anything that's in here right now, but previous repair. So I'm gonna quit crying about that. So anyway, guys, I'm glad y'all tuned in to watch this. I don't know how long this video is. That's whatever how long this video is you're not going to get, you wasted that much time in your life. So I don't know what else to say to wrap it up, but I'm just going to stay like this. I got to move some things and get stuff prepared. I got gasket scrapings to do. We know we all love that. That's just such a terrible fun job. Gotta do it. Gotta wash all the gunk out, clean everything up. I'm gonna polish the engine case up as much as I can. I'm not gonna make it mirror finish or chrome, but I'm just gonna polish it up, clean it with my wire wheel. I may have to blast some of it with sand, which that's not such a terrible thing. You just don't get the insides. You don't. You can clean the sand out of everything, but just don't try to blast any wear surfaces, like any of the spots where the transmission goes. You don't want to sandblast any. There's no reason to. You don't even want to sandblast your gasket surface. But what I wanted to sandblast is the outer surface that you see when a motor's put together. So I've done that before and it turned out real good. So we get everything cleaned up. Just hope you'll follow me along on this repair, this rebuild. I don't know how much time it's going to take. It's just, now that we're doing this, it's just I got to come back at a little bit later time and make a list of some of the stuff I need to ship off for. I may already have some stuff, so I got to go through that and see what I got. As far as the things that I have and I don't have, so I don't buy things that I don't need. Which it doesn't hurt because I do have more engines, but I just, I got to improvise here and there. I'll make everything about as good as I can get it. I don't have a ton of money to just say I have to replace this because I got it open. No, you don't. You don't have to do this. You just got to go through, clean it up. The bike was running, driving fine, running fine, except for the tapping noise. That was due to the exhaust valve location having an intake valve in that spot. So that was tapping against the piston. The piston's fine. I'm not going to put a new piston in it. I may put new rings in it, but I don't think it needs it. I will check my ring gap. I will do everything in it. I will home the cylinder if I need to. Stuff like that. There's no need for me to do any more than necessary. This is not your NHRA drag car motor. This is a Honda Trail 70. I hope I'm giving a little insight to those who look forward to doing what I'm doing, and many others that do. Like, there's a lot of guys on Facebook groups that do this. I guess I don't need to mention any names, but all of y'all guys that are part of the group that will see this probably been there, that if you don't need to, then don't. If it's totally wasted, replace it. If you need to ask somebody, ask somebody. Join the Facebook CT70 enthusiast group. I'll say Mike Warner's part of that. I really enjoy that. Every time he has a CT70 video come on, it's just, man, I've got to watch it. I can't wait another minute. I can't breathe another breath until I watch his video. So, and all the other videos that are posted upon the group, and any other videos that I find that are interesting. Some people don't make no sense. Some people do. It's just some people look for certain information to help them overcome an issue in there that's a stumbling block. Well, I'm going to try to do this as plain as I can. Hopefully I do and cover and talk about an issue. As soon as I get this video posted, if you see it, I'm going to share this video through the 70 site on Facebook. So if there's anybody that's got any questions, just ask me a question in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe, what everybody says. I just need maybe 300 more subscribers to maybe I can hit that mark of becoming monetized and things like that. I've been on YouTube for some time with other videos. I'd like to get to that point. That way my channel can grow. I may change my name on my channel, I don't know. But I get to a certain point that do videos like this is going to require me to probably have better cameras. That's a given. And my apologies for what I'm working with right now. So all of you guys that just fear diving into one of these, you got nothing to lose. You're going to need a few specialty tools. I don't know if CHP has that one. Well, it's on my air gun. I don't know if CHP, I think Trail Buddy does. I think I got it from Trail Buddy as this piece. And it fits that flywheel nut or clutch thingamajig. Wherever I put it, it fits over it and it loosens it up. I've tried chisels, all that they work, but they tear up that nut. If you want to reuse that nut without it looking like garbage, then invest in the money that you can find from Trail Buddy, T-Bolt, CHP, all those sites that may offer this tool, because I don't know where you're going to find it. It's specific to a certain type of nut. They have it. Don't waste your time looking for it anywhere else. Just go to their sites and get it. You'll need that for sure. Just basic hand tools, metric, battery powered impacts. Not a whole lot. You're going to need to make a list of stuff you need. You can get gasket sets from different sellers off of eBay, CHP, all the sites that I mentioned before, T-Bolt, Trail Buddy, dr.atv, ct70, all those places. You can find gasket sets, but they do not come with any of these oil seals. I don't have any Honda numbers that I've never seen a Honda number referenced on any of these. I've used the aftermarket seals. They work fine. I don't have a problem. None of them leak. So nobody's going to get down there and look at your seal to see if you got a Honda seal in it. And if they're that nosy, they need to go on. But these motors terrified me before, and now I'm at like, okay, let's do it. To me, they're just like another Briggs & Stratton lawnmower engine. You know, go-kart motor that I've had lots of experience with through the years, which I didn't. I've done a lot of work with, you know, go-kart motors, Briggs & Stratton. I never did do much videoing in it. I just want to take the time now that like I'm doing this, and you know, somebody can learn and enjoy this. Especially, man, I was a teenager when I got my first Trail 70. I sold it. I regret it. I would like to have it back, but I need to move on, I guess. But you know, if I ever do get a chance to get it back, I'm going to make that happen. But it's fun. To me, I'm 44 years old. I'm not 14 anymore. So 30 years later, I've got the income to do it. I got more knowledge. Don't be afraid to join a group, ask questions, and learn something. Watch as many videos. If I can't explain it to you, find a video that does. I don't try to sugarcoat nothing. I try to do it real. So all I want to say out there is that you'll meet the nicest people on a Honda, and I got quite a few of them. So anyway, this is gonna wrap it up for this. I want to call it maybe the second video of this engine, this 72. I'm gonna do a video series on it, so I've got to upload this video soon after the first one gets in, and like, subscribe, share it, whatever it is. Watch it several times, pause it, rewind it, learn something from it. We're going to go through this together. We're going to have fun. Just sit back and play it through your Roku on the big TV, and or in the bathroom, wherever you want to watch it. So anyway, until the next episode, 73s.